Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Last week Lewis and I went thrifting and I thought today I could show you what I got. I went with the intention of getting stuff for my work. For me that means fabrics like secondhand tablecloths and sheets, clothes that I could upcycle with embroidery. I specifically wanted to get some larger sizes and generally have a range of different sizes. As you'll see, I also was pretty strict about getting 100% linen pieces since that's my favorite fabric to work with, and I really wanted to stay within the theme of this season, which is summer clothing. I didn't have the most luck with getting stuff for myself, but I did get at least one thing for me. It was one of those thrift trips where a lot of the stuff on the racks was polyester and fast fashion, and I just wasn't interested in any of that stuff for myself or for my work. Okay, so we went thrifting. I did get a decent amount of stuff, not that much for myself, but I have a couple things I got off of Etsy for myself. I also have some stuff I got at the Resource Exchange. I'm gonna start with showing you some of the more random stuff that I've got last month. The first thing I'll show you is this little container. I got this at a vintage market I went to with my friend Savannah. We're keeping table salt in here, like coarse sea salt for sprinkling onto food. I feel like Lewis and I have really gotten into flaky salt the past couple of years. I've been on the hunt for one of these because our box of salt had been falling apart for a while, so I wanted a cute little something to hold it. Originally, I had went to this vintage booth and I saw a glass Alessi container that came with a bunch of other stuff. So I would have had to buy the whole set, and then as I was about to purchase that, I saw this out of the corner of my eye and decided to get this instead. And even though I think Alessi is really cool and I do love that designer, this is much more unique and strange, which I appreciate. So I got these two necklaces that are very similar from the same seller on Etsy. Here, I'll show them one at a time. I wanted a butterfly necklace, and I decided to buy two because they were pretty inexpensive. I think they were $7 each. This is a mother of pearl butterfly. Both of these are vintage, I think. I don't wear too many necklaces, but I feel like I will wear these. Like just a tank top and a necklace to make it a little more cute. So there's this red one, and then this one is hematites. I feel like they're both quite summery. Now onto the things that I got at the thrift store. Most of this stuff is clothing I plan on embroidering. A lot of it is men's clothes. I just had better luck with the quality of pieces in the menswear. A lot of these are really basic. I went with a 20% off coupon, but the catch was it's 20% off $100, so I did end up spending $100. Me with Lewis, because Lewis got a pair of shorts, a pair of work pants, and a few CDs for the car. So I feel like the stuff that I got probably totaled around 80 bucks, but the prices are high. This thrift store we went to, I feel like usually I have better luck. I thought the prices were high and the stuff wasn't that great, but the things I found, I'm really happy with. This is a linen button-down men's short sleeve, Uniqlo. I still have to wash everything. I will do that today. I wanted to make this video first. I think it's a size large. Looking forward to embroidering on these. I just love a classic short sleeve shirt. This one's a bit more fun, and I kind of got this thinking maybe it could be for me, but I don't know if this is my style. I'm just really into orange right now. I'm going through a moment where I'm very attracted to shades of orange. But I could also embroider this. And this is a really nice linen. It's very high quality, fine linen. I can just tell by how it feels. And there's already this little piping and embroidery detail. This is by the brand Cuba Vera. Not sure how to say that. It is a size small, but with men's clothes, that usually means more like a medium in women's clothes. Another men's shirt and short sleeve again. This is by Michael Kors and it's a medium. This soft green I thought that was very unique. This is a women's piece. This is by Loft and it's a size small. Simple tank top, obviously needs to be washed and ironed, but this is a great piece. I just love a blank canvas for embroidery. Well, this is kind of more interesting. This is J. Crew, extra large, cotton sleeveless blouse with ruffles at the neckline and the armholes. This is a piece I would totally get for myself if it were in my size. I mean, it honestly looks like it would fit me and I might try it on and see how that goes. But I do like to also embroider larger sizes for my shop just to have a range. And I thought this maybe would look nice with just like one statement embroidered flower, something like that. This is cotton, which I also like to embroider on. It's just not as much my favorite as linen. Another short sleeve men's shirt. This is by Nautica. It's an extra large and it is half cotton and half linen. You get the idea. It's a short sleeve men's shirt. This is a piece that I got possibly for myself. It's by August Silk. It's a large, but it looks pretty small. And it's just one of those like knit shells that they usually go with a matching cardigan. I'm just a sucker for like a knit tank top, honestly. I'm a 90s girl at heart. And I feel like this would look especially great with my little necklace, simple tank top, and that was $5.49, but I guess discounted a little bit with the 20% off. A couple more linen shirts. This is by J. Jill. It's a 2XL and it's like a long linen tunic. There is some staining on the back of it. It's super subtle. It's like a tiny little fuzzy blue color, but I'll just try to embroider over it. Has some like button details on the side. I wasn't too sure about this shirt because of kind of like the deep V. It's maybe a piece that I wouldn't necessarily purchase for myself, but I feel like it could be cute with some embroidery. And the last linen piece that I got was one more short sleeve shirt. This one is 2XL and it's a men's shirt. Pale robin's egg blue, I'd say. And then besides all of that linen stuff, I also got a couple sweatshirts. If I find a plain sweatshirt that is soft on the inside, like hasn't really been worn, I will just buy it. Not cheap though. This was $13.29 before the discount. This is an extra large, so I'll either embroider this or keep this for myself because I love crew neck sweatshirts. I also got this one, which is also an extra large and like a forest green. It's a very nice color. So those I'll probably wait to work on until the autumn, but like I do still wear my sweatshirts in the mornings because Lewis and I have different AC preferences. So if it's like colder in the apartment, then I just wear my sweatshirts. Anyways, that's everything I got at 2nd Avenue Thrift. That's like the big thrift store that Lewis and I went to together. We also did go to the Resource Exchange this past weekend too, and I got some random things. I got some foam core. They sell little scraps like this for 25 cents, which is a great deal, and 58 cents. To buy foam core posters, I feel like it's like 15 bucks for a couple of them or something like that. But I use this stuff to cut into smaller pieces for my small embroideries to like wrap around and then make the button frames or the beaded frames. Sometimes Lewis will make me nice masonite board, particle board, tiny squares, but usually I'm using a heavy duty like foam core. So it's hard to bend or break, but it is just foam. I also got colored craft wire. It's copper actually. This was $5 for the pack. I'm going to use this to make more of my sun catchers. I've showed these in a different video, but I've been making a lot of sculptural hanging sort of sun catchers, wire bells. I just want to experiment more with stuff like this. I'm curious how soft this wire is and how easy it is to bend and mold, but that's exciting. And then I got linen. I got this like gray linen that has little stripes. It's very like suiting. I don't know if I'm such a pinstripe person, but I just couldn't resist because it's nice linen. And I think this was $20 for 2.5 yards. So like less than $10 a yard for nice linen, I feel like is a good enough deal for me. So I grabbed some of this and maybe I'll make some pants with it. I think that could be nice. I also got some of this, which is also linen. And I think there is about 2 yards on here. And this was a little bit more expensive. This was like $15 a yard, but I had seen this at the Resource Exchange a couple weeks ago when I went with a friend, and I regretted not buying it. So then when we were there again and I still saw it, I bought all of what they had. So I was thinking either make clothes with this or save it for embroidered samplers, because I really want to get back into making like larger, intense embroidered sample work. Besides all of that stuff, it's gonna sound like I've been going on a crazy shopping spree, but I really did need to replenish a lot of my supplies. Like when I run out of clothing to embroider from the thrift store, I just start embroidering my own clothing and selling it. And then not only is the size diversity not that great in my shop, but then I'm also like depleting my own wardrobe. So it's really nice to go to the thrift store every so often and restock on shirts to work on. As far as clothes for myself, I do wish I could have found more like tank tops. I would love some like white cotton tank tops, or also just like jersey tank tops for working out in and for the days where it's really, really hot. I know we're gonna have some really hot days this week. I also kind of wanted to get like some kind of sporty shorts, both for running but also for wearing. I'm thinking like Sophie shorts from when I was a child. We would wear those to soccer and stuff like that, soccer practice, and they were great shorts. So I'm checking ThredUp to see if they have any Sophie shorts. Oh, I also did purchase some other supplies off of eBay, which I'm waiting for to arrive. I got like a big bin of wooden beads to use for the frames for my tiny embroideries. I got a box of wire that someone was selling for my beaded flowers and for my beaded sun catchers. I also bought off of eBay secondhand floral tape, which I use as part of the process for my sun catchers. The first step I do is I make the shape in wire, and then I wrap it in floral tape, and then I wrap it in more wire, more floral tape, and then wrap it in embroidery floss. So the floral tape is pretty essential to me. So I'm waiting on those 3 things. I think that's all I got off of eBay that I'm waiting for. I go on eBay way too much. It's like very dangerous for me. I have been looking at some flats on eBay, like ballet flats for myself. I don't have any right now. I've been looking on eBay at Everlane glove flats. There are so many on eBay, and some of them less expensive than others with varying degrees of having been worn. But I do feel like I specifically want to get the dark brown. Then my second favorite color is the ivory and the blush pink. And I want to get the Everlane flats because I know I like how they fit. I know that they're made really well. I also have in my sights some fabric flats that they've made through the years, and I was thinking it'd be really fun to get a pair of fabric flats and then bead them or embroider them, maybe even get a couple pairs. Besides that, you know, I feel like I do still have in me another run to the thrift store for myself. Maybe I could go to like a better thrift store, just have more luck later on in the season, because I feel like I would love to stumble upon some more like special pieces. But I don't know, maybe the special stuff is all online right now, and that's just the name of the game. People are like doing more consignment with their stuff rather than donating it to thrift stores. But I hope you liked seeing everything I got. That's what I've got for today. So take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.